Hello, this video is like say most of my stuff that I've been putting out lately is I've had this footage for a while, and I keep saying I'm going to get it done, so while I'm working on it. So this video is going to be, well, part of it is just pictures I have that I don't know why I didn't take video of, but I didn't. I have still photos, so that's what I'm going to put in at first, and then I got some video. It's when I bought my truck. Right now I've had it for, it's about 5 years now. What video I'm coming up with, though, has been, I don't know, maybe a year now. When I bought the truck, it really looked good. And, well, they had repainted, like, the bed. They painted the wheels. They did a lot of stuff. Even the front bumper, the plastic like valance underneath, or the air dam. But after a couple years, all that paint, not on the wheels, but on the bed, on the air dam, on the bumpers, it just started peeling off. I mean, like a bad sunburn. And apparently is what ended up happening was, I guess, Enterprise, who I bought it from, they were just making them look better. So they get some people to go out, to bring it to and shoot a new coat of paint on it. Now, I have to honestly say, I doubt they may at best washed it, and that was about it. They didn't sand nothing or do nothing to it, because you could peel the paint off in sheets. It was horrible. It started looking really bad. Every time I washed it, just with the hose, you could see it just flaking off and peeling off. So I got tired of it, and it was looking bad. I was wanting to really start making the truck look better. So I ended up... I sanded down the bed completely, and I haven't done the front bumper yet. It's the only thing in the air dam. I haven't done that yet. I need to, but it's coming. But the whole back of the whole bed itself, and even before I had put Bedliner on, it was a pretty good Bedliner, but that even was because they never prepped it before. I could just peel sheets of that off too. So two things needed to be done: was repaint the bed, and then put new bed liner on it. So that's pretty much what this video is about. You'll see that in the still photos, I don't know how many there's, 4 to 6, I don't know how many there's, but you'll see where the truck, I sanded it all down. I primed it with an epoxy primer, scuffed it again, prepped it all, taped off the cab and all that, and then I shot it with a urethane black. It looked really good, and then I had to sand down the bed. I had the boxes on at the time, so I had to take all that off. So then I got into sanding down the top of the bed to prep it for the bed liner. So after that, the bed liner part, I have some videos on, but I just, for whatever reason, never filmed painting it. I don't know why, but I didn't. So, but it took me, I don't know, probably a better part of a week to get it all done. It was a lot of work, but just needed to get it done. So anyway, let me get this going, and I'll put the pictures in, and then we'll go on to the video part of it. We'll see you. Okay, I'm sure the sun's gonna be playing with the light coming in here, but this is a side box I got, and then big box goes on top of the bed on each side. As you can see, all these fender wells, and in the back on each side is cages. I built all that. I'm, like I say, I'm not a fabricator. I built all that and I painted them now. They look much better. The bed has all been sanded down, ready to go. I just waiting on the bed liner. So it ain't too bad. I painted the headache rack. Of course, the big box is going to be covering a lot of that. Here, it's in my office over here. Hang on. Okay, I always have projects. I built an office and all kinds of stuff in my shop here. But this is the box. It's 7.5 foot wide, 20 inches deep, and 44 inches tall, and it will fit. And there's the doors that I made, bent and stuff. I'm waiting on hinges. Is all I'm waiting on to put them on. So anyway. Okay, so that's my story for now. Say it's hot out here. I don't know what time it is. It's 10:30. I'm gonna get on this box here, see if I get it welded up today, and see what happens. So if I get that bed liner on there, I'll turn it back on. Say I'm gonna try and start making some videos again, and I'll go over everything again on some stuff, and I have a whole bunch of what I've done to the camper, and so I'll try and get them in. So I'll see you then. Good morning. It's a couple days later since I turned this on last time. I was messing with the bed of the truck, get the bed liner on it. I got it done. There's always drama involved somehow. It was not going to be easy, but it was all prepped and stuff, and I was waiting on the product to get here. Like I mentioned before, it was in Ocala, 20 miles away, and it was there for a day and a half before they finally got it out. So anyway, I've got it Tuesday afternoon. So I was all ready for it. The bed's ready for it. It was all prepped. I ordered an 8-pack. I wasn't sure on how much. Like I say, they said, oh, it covers a big area. They don't say how many square feet. And the bed's 96, somewhere in there. So almost 100. But I knew that I wrote to people, and they said that they're supposed to, each bottle is supposed to do 125 square feet, which there's no way. One bottle did about maybe a third on one coat, so I ended up using 6 bottles on it. But the problem came up to where when I was ordering it, there was a whole bunch listed on there of different kinds, and it's the same product but different packages, I guess you could say. I needed the roll-on. Most of them came with a sprayer. I didn't want to tape everything off. I couldn't spray it, so I went down the list and I found an 8-pack with a roller package. So that's what I ordered. Well, I didn't realize it was the tintable stuff. So when I got it here, I opened it up and it was white. Thinking, oh, white is not going to work. But I thought, well, maybe I can, with the activator and you shake it up good, it'll all mix up. Well, no, it got whiter. I mixed the activator, now what do? So it ends up to where the night before, luckily, if I got it on Monday and I did this, I wouldn't know what to do. But so actually it worked out. But Monday night I watched some videos of people that was reviewing, a guy that was reviewing after a year. He coated his whole truck. But ends up to where at the end of it he mentioned that if you get the tintable and you want to match your vehicle perfectly, you can get their color code and use urethane paint with it, and you can color it that way. Well, I just painted the bed with urethane paint. So I already had the stuff mixed up. What do I have to lose? So I mixed. I didn't know how much to mix in there. I dipped some out of the gallon can, and I don't know if I put in an ounce. I don't know if I put in 2 ounces or more, but shook it up real good and put it on. Well, ends up to where I ended up using to put 3 bottles on to do the first coat. I let it set an hour and started on the second 3 bottles. Now, you know, the second bottle I did on the first coat, it looked a little more gray than I maybe not had enough paint. So, but it all worked out. Now this product, and I'm not endorsing them. They don't do nothing for me, and I'm really kind of pissed off about it. But this is what I use. It's called Raptor. And it's a urethane 2-part. There was some other stuff that I watched reviews on that was a 1-part, and I don't know that, and it took like 24 hours to set up, and I didn't want to go through all that. So I got this here. My problem was with them when I found out it was white. I wrote them. I said, yo, you sent me white, I wanted black. Well, apparently maybe I messed up. Well, not maybe, I did mess up. But at the same token, you know, they were kind of snarky about it, and well, this is what you ordered, and that was it, 1-line deal. So I wrote them a nasty gram back saying, you know, if somebody, this is all 100% a DIY projects, you know, and their product is too. So how hard would it be to where if you ordered tintable, like I did by mistake, why don't you have a tab in there to where it makes you either pick a color or click here, I don't need color? Because right then I would have known there was something wrong, right then. And that would eliminate all the problems. But they was, so what? You know, that's what you ordered, oh well. And that's what I recommend them. The product, it's so-so, depending on what you're looking for. Them, no. But they're the only ones that sell the stuff. So, anyway, it's this is, like I say, 2 days now. And the last stuff I used, I have no idea what it was. And I got it in I think it was a gallon, but I mean, literally, you had 10 minutes. First part of it, I mixed up like a quart last time, and with the hardener stuff, and I had to throw some of it away because it set up so quick. So then I had to do little parts at a time. But that stuff actually held up pretty well. If it wasn't for the paint on the bed peeling off, it probably would have done good. But it was more of a rubbery kind of a finish on it. It was a non-skid rubbery. This here, I'll show you here in a second, is non-skid, but it's more of a plasticky. If you was to put like a gas can on it or something like that, that thing would slide right across like a skating rink. It's non-skid probably if you walk on it, but I'm sure even if it got wet, it would be slick. It's more like a plastic. Am I happy with it? It looks way better than the other stuff, but I would have preferred a more of a rubbery texture. But it'll do. Like say, my boxes are going to cover half the bed and stay on there. I'll probably never do this again now that I got that paint problem fixed. So speaking of the boxes, this is the big box here that's going up front. I've got to put, it's not done, and I've got to strap to some moving dollies so I can move it around. I really don't want to have to put these on and have to take them back off. But we need to take the camper down from here down south of Tampa for our friends. It's a long story, but a celebration of life, and it was a really good friend we lost. But so we're taking the camper down and helping the guy out, and we could have stayed in the hotel rooms, but taking the dog, and then it just wasn't worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the boxes back on. I have to still I have to finish the doors yet. I've got the doors. I just got the hinges yesterday, but I need rivets. I have rivets like I put in up here, but they're too long and they're big. So I ordered smaller, shorter rivets. I think I'll get them maybe today or tomorrow, but I can't do nothing about that. So when I get that stuff, when I get back next week, I'll take the boxes back off, and I'll start on the big one, get the big one done, and then mount it back up there and be done with it. And actually I ordered, I researched, I'm big into research, and I'll wear YouTube out, but as far as buffing out these boxes, now this one here, this is all new stuff. This is pretty shiny, but I still might go over it anyway. A professional style buffing wheel with bars of rouge for different compounds, which I didn't know nothing about this. I've got a can of Mothers that I did on my aluminum wheels that, it worked, but this is going to make it look a lot better. The bigger boxes in the back behind me here, they're oxidized bad. So I'll do one at a time. I want to do some other stuff on the inside, and one side on the passenger side, I carry a shovel and axes and things with me. So I want to make holders to go in there to carry that, and everything has a place. So I'll do all that one at a time. I'll do the big one first, mount it up, and then I'll start on each one of the other ones. And once they get on, that's it, I'm done. And hopefully sometime I'll be able to use the truck for what I want it for. But let me get up here and I'll show you what this bed looks like, and you see if you like to use that stuff, like I say, just depending on what you're looking for. I don't know what kind. I think my wife's Jeep had come with Line-X or something like that. It's outrageously expensive to have done, but it's also like a plasticky kind of feeling to it. But I don't know. If that's what you wanted, I'd prefer a rubbery to where it didn't skid, but this will be okay for what I need, because I'm not hauling. Hopefully not going to be hauling stuff on it. So let me shut this off for a second. I'll get you right back on. Okay, here's the bed. I've got my big overhead LED lights. I mean, they're bright, they'll blind you, but it looks really good actually. And it turned out the first coat was pretty rough. The second coat went on a little thinner, it seemed like, and it smoothed it out a lot, but it does look pretty good. I did have a casualty, much less beside the clothes I was wearing had spots all over it from the roller that it flung it. But something I didn't notice was along the top of my rail here, and on the inside of the rail, it's dusty, but on the inside it's got non-skid on it. The outside don't. Starting to get a little bit of rain, which is about time. But does it matter? No, it don't matter. But so that big box is going up against that. It's going to stick out on the sides a little bit and above the top a little bit. The lights are going to stay like that. I'm not going to use them because they stick out far enough to where that box would be against it. I'm going to put like a foam weather strip around that just to cushion it. It don't need to protect from the weather because of the grate. Water can come in there. I'm going to mount the box. I've got some scrap, basically, I'm not sure, 1/4 or 1/8 inch aluminum plate that I'll cut to put under there, because that big box doesn't have a bottom in it. So that way if anything gets spilled, I can hose it out and it'll wash out. So that's what I've got going on. And we'll see what it does, and when I get the boxes on, I'll fire this thing back up. But it's going to be next week, because and when I get them done, I mean, I'll have them on today, but when I get them done, it'll be next week. So I'll turn it back on. Ugh, my hair's a nightmare. Okay, we'll see ya. Okay, my hair still looks terrible, but a couple hours later, it's hot. Well, it rained a little bit. Now it is muggy. I've been working on putting these boxes on, so let me show you. Camera's probably going to be moving around some, but side boxes. Now take it, these are all going to come back off next week. These all had holes in the sides, on the tops. This one, I ran out of argon. I got to weld up the bottom. There's a bunch of holes in the bottom, but is it perfect? Nope. I'm not a welder, but after I get the stuff to buff all these out, they'll look pretty good.
I have a rubber mat to go on here that I'm going to load up now. But this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to buff all these out, and it should have like a mirror finish on it. On this big box, there's a door here. There's one on each side. Inside to the right here, that's where the spare tire is going to sit. I got a mount for it. In here on that lip on the bottom and on the side, I have a fold-up table that goes in there. And on the other side, it's hard to see that metal going across. There's a shelf going in there. So I'll put, like if I'm carrying gas cans or my small generator or something like that, heavier on the bottom, and put lighter stuff on top. And these doors, I have the doors made already. I have the hinges, but I'm waiting on rivets, smaller rivets for it. So anyway, this is one of my projects, and to go along with everything else here, spin you around here. I'm getting ready to load this camper up. Like I say, we're going to use it this weekend, and next week I'll turn it back on, and we'll see if I can get this stuff going. By the end of next week, maybe I'll have this done. So I'll turn it back on then. See ya.